my god, that's awful. What the hell is that? Okay. Yeah, let's keep it warm. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's roll with it. Hi, hey there. My name's MilenPS. I am a composer, arranger, and producer, and today I'm going to be reacting and analyzing Dodie's new song, When. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I listened to her album Human a lot, and I'm a big fan of hers and Orla Gartland's and Lauren Aquilina's, and those three sort of like YouTube songwriting trio. There's one more who I haven't really got into yet, and I can't remember her name. I'm sorry if you see this. I doubt you will, but in any case, if you somehow do, I'm sorry. I will dive into your music. So let's jump right into it. We're going to be listening to When by Dodie, and let's see what's going on.
I think I've been telling lies, 'cause I've never been in love. Everyone falls for the sunshine disguise, distracted by who they're thinking of. I'd rather date an idea, something I'll never find. Sure, I'll live in the moment, but I'm never happy here. I'm surrounded by greener looking time.
Okay, so just by figuring that out, because I got my piano today, we are in the key of D flat major, sort of. We're actually in one of the medieval modes called D flat Lydian. If you don't know what that is, a mode is essentially a scale, you know, or in this case, which is kind of ultimately built around two sort of stepwise motions that we have in music, the semitone and the tone. I kind of talked about this briefly in the Billie Eilish video, which I will link somewhere. But when you arrange an alternating pattern between tones and semitones, you get scales. And in this case, the modes are really, really colorful combinations of tones and semitones. And the Lydian mode is like the major scale, but the fourth note is actually just lifted up. So it sounds like this. What's happening is there's a pedal on the tonic, or the home note of the piece, D flat. And then there's this kind of G, the Lydian sharp note that we were talking about, the sharp 4, resolving down to the F. And I think there's maybe this A flat and E on top. The Lydian mode makes a really sort of magical and ethereal and bright sort of sound, kind of good-natured things. It can also be used quite, what's the word, like almost in a lush way. This one, it's kind of working towards her intimacy and her sort of like recitative, which is kind of an operatic term that I'm butchering in English because I think it's normally said in Italian. Like her singing style has this kind of storytelling aspect to it. She's not like holding a lot of her notes. If we go back and listen to it, you'll hear that a lot of her melodic phrasing kind of ends with this little cutoff at the end of her notes. She doesn't hold on to anything for too long.
Thinking of, I'd rather date an idea.
So like right there, like it just kind of cuts off at the end. It's idea. It pulls away. So it almost reminds me of like a mother singing to her child. Like it's someone just like singing to someone in bed. There's no like huge melodrama to it. It's someone just having a frank conversation with you in musical form. It's really cool. Anyway, let's continue.
Something I'll never find. Sure, I'll live in the moment, but I'm never happy here. I'm surrounded by greener looking time. Am I the only one wishing life away? Never caught up in the moment.
Introducing some
Busy begging
strings
the past to stay. Memories painted
There you go.
with much brighter ink. They tell me
It's a nice tremolo.
teach me how to think.
We're gonna go back and listen to that because that was dope. So the introduction of a string section there is really, really neat. It adds a nice sort of rich, lush instrumentation to it, and it doesn't sound like this section is too big. But let's take a look at their entrance and dive into it a little deeper.
Am I the only one wishing life away? Never caught up in the moment, busy begging the past to stay. Memories painted with much brighter ink.
That tremolo right
They
there.
tell me I loved, teach me how to sing.
This is gorgeous.
I'll take what I can get, 'cause I'm too damp for a spark. Kissing sickly sweet guys, 'cause they say they like my eyes, but I'd only ever see them in the dark.
Okay, let's talk about the string arrangement, because this is nuts. Whoever did this is fantastic. We're kind of having these little lush fill moments in between each section, and they're kind of accenting that Lydian part, this that G to F. And I thought it was going to go up to the A flat, but it didn't. This is fantastic. Like, it's so closed voice, meaning like all the individual notes of the string orchestra are quite close together and like probably pretty close to the original triad, and it's making this really, really thick, lush, like beautiful orchestration. Whoever did this did a fantastic job, seriously. If it was her, that's nuts, but if it wasn't, regardless, they're fantastic. And I'm a string player myself, so that stuff just resonates with my soul.
I'm sick of faking diary entries. Gotta get it in my head, I'll never be 16 again. I'm waiting to live and waiting to love. Oh, it'll be over and I'll still be asking when.
This is absolutely fantastic. Like, I love Dodie, I really do, but I was not expecting something this lush. I really wasn't. Like, a lot of her stuff is usually kept really small, and while this keeps that intimacy, it's like those string arrangements just... I'm going to listen to that again. I'm not going to get over this.
I'm sick of faking diary entries.
There. I think that's what it is. I think it's just going across 2 octaves. And it's so beautiful, just magical. Oh my god. And especially with the cellos, when they're what we call shifting down the neck, because the instrument is so big, they have to move across their fingerboards a lot. You can hear each individual slide of the cello movement's fingers. And across a 2-octave range, 3 octaves actually, if the low note's an A flat, which I think it is. So nice. Oh my god. Dodie. I would tell you to chill, but I don't want you to, because I want to hear this for the rest of my life. This is ridiculous.
Gotta get it in my head, I'll never be 16 again. I'm waiting to live and waiting to love. Oh, it'll be over and I'll still be asking when. Am I the only one wishing life away? Never caught up in the moment, busy begging the past to stay.
Let's listen to that, because right there, the cellos in the right ear are kind of responding to her deeply tragic lyrics, and like, not tragic in, like I said, a melodramatic way, but just kind of someone singing their heart out about what they're thinking about. Every time she finishes a line, the cellos are moving up one more step in the scale, and it's making this really nice crescendo as what we call a counter melody, or a secondary melody that's meant to actually, you know what, it's not a counter melody, it's a call and response, and the call and response is that she's singing something and the cellos are kind of like responding to it. It's not directly the same melody, but it's a melody that responds to her and keeps the momentum of this song, like harmonically speaking, just moving up and up and up. And there's a sort of like magical tension with this whole Lydian thing. Like, it's not building up in like rhythm particularly, it's more in just how dense the orchestration is. Let's go back and listen to it, because I need to hear it again.
Am I the only one wishing life away? Never caught up in the moment, busy begging the past to stay. Memories painted.
Okay, so goes up to that sharp 4 again in the Lydian scale. Up to the A flat, B flat. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, but even just following the scale up like that, it's a nice way to just move the melody forward, and like I said, and just increase that feeling that something's coming, and not in like a threatening way, but in something building. It's just beautiful.
With much more time, they tell me I loved, teach me how to think.
Holy. I think we might have just modulated. Yeah, I think we somehow ended up in C sharp minor, but like that harmony was so dense and rich. So we somehow got to this E. It sounds like an E fifth, going up to the F sharp and down to the C sharp. So I guess you could say we're in C sharp minor or D flat minor now. That's huge. That almost actually reminds me of like a Lord of the Rings kind of thing. Like, damn, where's Aragorn? Where's Frodo running across the hills, the whole fellowship? Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm sick of faking diary entries. Gotta get it in my head. I'll never be 16 again. I'm waiting to live, still waiting to love. Oh.
So what I really love about her kind of performance of the verse here, and like she does these little things with her voice. Like she just had this little lift, like a little slide up, almost like a little, not a yelp, and it's not a yodel, it's at all. It's really just kind of like this little scoop at the end of her note, kind of a thing. The way she kind of just talks in her verses, like she's singing and it's beautiful, and there's like no sense of dishonesty in the way that she's performing it to you. Like she sings in what seems to be mostly like a pentatonic thing on top of the Lydian, while this Lydian's happening underneath, just sitting there. And then there was that modulation, when there was that big modulation where it got all dark in Howard Shore. This whole thing, she was kind of at the top of her range and doing this like very ethereal sort of like, which is quite different from the beginning of this song. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to hearing her do. And just like that, we're back to her just like kind of telling me a story. She is absolutely fantastic. I cannot get over this. I'm going to be listening to this orchestration afterwards, because I'm an orchestrator myself and I love arranging strings for music, and I need to find out who did this. Like I need to, because they're fantastic and should be recognized for this.
And I'll still be asking when.
Dodie, in one song, you've managed to make me feel like you were singing me a story and tucking me in bed. In another half of the song, I was on an epic fantasy adventure, running through open fields with these ethereal vocals on top of it. And then at the end of it, you finish it with the title lyric of your song, When, in just like the most intimate, like, this is an emotional roller coaster. This is a fantastic song. I'm so glad this came up. I've been waiting for this record for a while. It got delayed twice, and I'm just absolutely floored by this. I'll be listening to this for a long time. I will absolutely recommend this to anyone that loves strings in their music, because this is like, people could learn a lot from this. Genuinely. I kind of wish I got to work on this song. But then again, I don't, because the product was so good anyway. It just seems like something like, man, working on a song like this would be amazing. Dodie, you're the best. I'd like to meet you someday. It's not gonna happen, but I'd love to meet you someday. It's kind of left me in like a quiet, pensive, appreciative mood. And that's the thing about music, is I love the emotional range it can take you when you really listen to it. Final thoughts, it was fantastic. I have nothing bad to say about this. I loved everything. I love the production. I love the string writing. I love her voice. I love her melodic choices. I love the way it moves. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to sit here for a bit and listen to that again. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and hit the bell and all the usual stuff. If there was something you'd like me to react to, please leave it in the comments and I would be happy to take a look. Tell me what you thought of this song. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, especially on this one, because I absolutely love this. This is just absolutely in my lane when it comes to the music I love to listen to, and especially just like walking and having some time to yourself. This song is perfect for that. Couldn't recommend it enough. Yeah, I'm still quite shocked by that. I'm going to listen to it again. All right. See you later, guys.